I finished my sock.
Sarah Moore with Hal, and I did a couple different paintings while I was there. We just chatted. I painted people on the table and dogs and whatever was there.
Okay, so we are this close to finishing my pair of socks. My wrists are giving me so much trouble. They're very, very uncomfortable right now. Yeah, so my whole body kind of feels inflamed right now, and my wrists are just really like particularly having a hard time. So I'm trying to give it a break. But I really, really, really want to just finish this freaking pair of socks. Yeah, most of this vlog's probably just going to be other artsy things. Hopefully you still enjoy the other artsy things. But yeah, that's where we're at. So, gotta pivot. Pivot! Oh gosh. All right. We'll catch you later. I do this every weekend. I vastly underestimate the amount of time that I have. I think that I can get so much done for some reason, and that's just not the reality of life. So, anyway, I have been painting for most of the day, or not painting, but doing the charcoal portion. Well, technically it's water soluble graphite, but doing that portion of the underpainting. So excuse my messy black hands if you are noticing. Yeah, so I have completed that, and it is now outside drying. I applied some fixative so that when I start going over it with acrylic paint, it won't wash away because it's water soluble. So while that's drying, I picked up my sock And guys, I'm on the toe. We are so close. I'm getting it done today. If nothing else, that is getting done today. So I'm knitting on this for a little bit while it dries, and then I'll apply a second coat and knit a little bit more, and then we'll probably get back to it and start the acrylic painting portion. It's a really overcast day today, and so the light's been pretty lacking, I guess. And ooh, people's car alarms are going off. I don't know if you can hear that. um, so yeah, the light's been lacking, and it's not always the most fun to paint if there isn't like, daylight light, because that's the most accurate to figure out what colors you're using and everything like that. So anyway, we will see how I'm feeling regarding the light and how much I get done of that painting tonight. But for now, working on the sock and should be done fairly soon. I am such a ditz sometimes. Oh my gosh. So I finished my sock. Well, I finished my sock, and I was looking at it, and as I was going, oh my gosh. Okay, so Mercury Retrograde is like in full effect for me. It kind of has been all weekend. I was talking to you guys and then my mic went out. So then I refilmed what I was saying, and I forgot to take the little implant that goes into my phone to pick up the volume from the mic out. So it was mute again. So this is my third time refilming this section. But yeah, so I was knitting along the pattern, and I was like, I could have sworn that there was supposed to be a knit round in between each decrease round. And I was going over the pattern last night and even just a few moments ago, and I could not find where it was saying the knit round. I don't know why. I completely missed it last night and today. And so I was decreasing every round. So I have two very different socks. Oh gosh. So, and I'm also questioning if I even knit it long enough before starting the toe. I might need to frog it back, knit some more, and then start the toe. But I can't tell if it's maybe just because it's so scrunched up because I double decreased. So I'm going to be painting for a few hours. Clearly I need to take a break from knitting. Oh my goodness. I'm nervous to even paint now because this whole weekend has just been things just going wrong. A lot of things have just gone wrong this weekend. You just gotta laugh at it, But anyway, I'm gonna paint for a little while, I think, and then hopefully I'll still finish this sock tonight. But honestly, I don't know. I think it might be a tomorrow morning project. So, or at least maybe broken up between the two or something. So if I end up going into the morning, hopefully I'll have enough time before work, and I can show you guys the finished socks. I just cannot believe I did that. It is what it is, I guess. Okay, so here is where we are. I wouldn't say that I've gotten much farther. I know it looks really messy right now. I think that I am not really that much of a fan of acrylics. I kind of already knew that, um, but for some reason, my memory served that they played a bigger role in my process. And at this point, I think with the acrylic inks that I do in the underlayer, I think that's kind of enough for me. And then I want to just kind of go straight into oil. So my dilemma here is that it's 9:15, and if I get going on oil, then I think I'll be up quite some time. So I don't know what I want to do. I may get going with the oil. I think I'm going to get started because I want to clean up some of this mess. And at least oil paint doesn't like dry really quickly. So if I want to come back to it tomorrow night, then I can still use the paints. They're not going to be all dry. So I think that's the plan. I think I'm gonna start painting again. Okay, I am going to leave it here for tonight. I know it still looks messy, but I got it somewhat cleaned up. And I was just working with my large brushes at the moment. So getting in the transparents and some of the some of the shadows and highlights and stuff with those transparents. So obviously still a lot of work still to do, but she's looking better than she was before I did that last round, I think. So I think I'm going to call it a night with the painting, anyways, and go do some knitting and hopefully get that sock done. Literally can't make this up. I just got done with my second sock. I didn't Kitchener stitch it. I decided I was going to go ahead and try it on this time, and it's still too small. So I guess the lesson here is use stitch markers, every so many rows to make sure that we're actually meeting the same length before I start doing the toe. So yeah, I got up this morning and didn't have enough time to knit this morning, but after work I did some knitting and yeah, anyway, too short. So we're gonna have to frog it back and re-knit it. This is so ridiculous. I feel like such an idiot, but what are you gonna do, I'm definitely blaming it on Mercury retrograde. But yeah, absolutely crazy. So we're gonna be back at it again. Yay! The sock saga is finally complete. I have two complete pairs, or not pairs, two complete socks, and they finally both fit. So I don't know why that ended up being such a chaotic journey, but I'm very, very glad to have them done and start wearing them. One thing I will have to change going forward is I just did like a regular, I think the backwards loop cast on. And so the edges at the top are a little bit loose and wonky looking. So I'll have to try a different cast on method, probably the long tail cast on. Um, if anyone has any suggestions on what is their favorite cast on method for socks, that would be awesome to hear. I haven't experienced, or I haven't tried too many different cast on types. So I just kind of stick with what I know a lot of the time, and that usually works well enough for me. I mean, people aren't typically looking too hard at my socks. um, and as long as it allows for stretch and it fits and everything like that, then I'm fine. But it would be nice to tighten that up a little bit and make that look nicer. So yeah, anyway, very, very happy to have those finally done. I am going to cast on a new pair here soon and get going on those so that I can start stockpiling some new socks. Outside of that, I am still working on my Robinson wrap cardigan by Florence Miller. And this is how we're looking so far. Hold on one moment. So not terribly far, but I'm pretty close to parting or splitting for sleeves. So that will be exciting to start seeing it come together. But yeah, so that's probably what I'll be knitting on a little bit tonight as I wind down from work. And maybe I'll cast on a new sock just to have something small and easy to work on when I go out over to my friend's house or something like that. We like to do little knitting nights. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. I am probably gonna keep knitting on this a little bit tonight and end the vlog here. But I hope you enjoyed this vlog. I know it was pretty art heavy, and I want to share more of my art process and other DIY projects and things like that as I do them. So hopefully that's something that you're interested in. If not, feel free to skip forward, and I will definitely do some knitting specific videos as well, like podcasts and project vlogs and that kind of thing. So yeah, anyway, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.